Okay, hey guys. I started making a video and what I found was a bunch of these delta maths were really way too hard. Just way too hard. Um, and I guess the good news is the basic flowchart stuff was not too hard. It was too easy. But I think, flowchart proofs 1. This guy here is okay. So maybe I'll just get rid of everything else. But if you guys focus on this one, I think it'll be okay. Let me show you how it works. Click in. And you'll see a pair of triangles, and part of the material is already labeled for you. That's their way of giving you givens. They just mark it for you instead of writing that it's given. Notice that the flowchart works its way down. Our flowcharts that we did in class always worked their way from left to right. So right away, that's the first point of confusion. But the next point of confusion is just how you input your answers. Instead of just an empty field to write your answers in, they want you to choose what kind of thing you want to say. And I guess I want to say that these angles are congruent. So when you click, find this one that says angle so-and-so is congruent to angle so-and-so. Now it says X and Y, but if you click it, it's blank. And you can put in the names that you want. So that's the one you want. And you're going to say that angle B is congruent to angle Y. And when you choose a reason, it's just given. It's already labeled, so you say given. Now the next thing we know is that these segments are congruent, BE and DE. So click and find the one where they're showing congruent segments. It's the first one at the top, so select that. And then type in BE congruent to DE. And the reason is given again. And then finally, there's one more bit of information you had to find for yourself, and it's these vertical angles. So say, I want to talk about angles, and you'd have to type in, you can't say E and E, or it'll mark you wrong, I'm sure. So say BEA and DEC. And that's not given, that's vertical angles, so choose this option. And then you can say that the triangle is ABE and CDE. Actually, it's giving you the reason already. It would be angle side angle. So you just have to say submit and say yes. What are you talking about? Oh. Okay, my bad. I don't know where I got the Y from. Hi, Chihuahua. B and D, obviously. That should fix it. Alright, I'm a dummy. My bad. Anyway, now it's showing you. It's highlighting that, you've got these parts, these parts, these parts, so you're done. So if that's something that you think would be helpful, you can do more. Go to the next problem. Do it again. Notice now it's a little more complicated. You've got a statement that leads into the next part. So there must be more. If you read it, it says, given that D is the midpoint of AC. So D being the midpoint of AC means that AD would be congruent to CD. So we'd want to say that first. So there's a form down at the bottom to state that somebody's a midpoint. So you'll select it. And you'll use the given. D is the midpoint of AC. D is the midpoint of AC. The reason is, there's only the reason is given. Then remember that the arrow means they have to actually link together. So you can say AD, CD. That's the segments. That's not going to be given. That's going to come from this. Basically, definition of midpoint, right? It says a midpoint divides a segment into two congruent segments. So choose that. Now the other two things are the givens, meaning angle A congruent to angle C. So choose the angle one and say A is congruent to C because it's given. And then you've got angle ADB. So choose the angle one. Angle ADB and CDB. That's given. And then the triangles will be congruent by ASA. Submit. Say yes. It'll tell you that you're right. Okay. So you could go through and do a bunch more of these if you wanted to. You can go next, 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 next. So out of curiosity, that was level 1. How's level 2 going to be? D is the midpoint, and the things are perpendicular. I don't hate this. This seems okay. Again, it's sort of oriented off to the side. I don't remember if this works. I'm trying to show you guys something. I messed up. Hold on. Hold on. Eek. Well, that doesn't look good. Okay, if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, then that is not what I intended to show you. I wanted to be able to write on my screen, and I just can't. And that's okay. I could do this, but it's not worth it. Maybe it is. Hello, here I am. So I grabbed this into this program. I just wanted to point out that the flip chart that you're seeing, or the flow chart that you're seeing, how it works down like this. If we had this work to the side, then these 3 boxes would be like the 3 boxes that I've always put vertically, like this. And those 3 boxes leading into this one would lead into here. So arrow, arrow, arrow. Then here, you'd have a statement leading in, but then a statement leading into that. And then here, you'd have another statement leading into this. So like we've seen this exact flow chart, but we've always seen everything flow from left to right. And now you're seeing it flowing down. And that might be enough to throw you off, but I hope not. So the statement you need to put here should lead to what you put here, should finally lead here to a pair of sides or angles. Then there's a statement here, which leads to another pair of sides or angles. Here you can find more sides or angles. This is likely to be vertical angles or a shared side. And then your sides and angles will give you your congruent triangles. And it'll be because of side, 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 or angle, angle, side, or whatever. But you're working your way down the same way that you would have worked from left to right. Anyway, it's really getting late. It's 9:30. So if you guys have the time and you want to mess around with this stuff tonight, you can. But I mean, you got to get to bed. So don't forget to actually get enough sleep tonight that you're feeling okay tomorrow. I wish I had gone over this with you guys sooner. I won't make the same mistake again. Next time we'll really look at the Delta Math together ahead of time to make sure that you guys have that as a more useful resource. Anyway, thank you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.